That is good. That is good.
Open Spotify on the device you'd like to connect.
No woman, no cry. Does anyone want to talk to me today? They want to talk about. Like, I want to check in with everyone. How is everyone feeling? Overwhelmed. Okay. Overwhelmed by what? By love? Okay. I mean, yeah, love can be overwhelming. Okay. Who else is overwhelmed? What are you overwhelmed by? Well, is there something I can do to help you feel a little less overwhelmed? Stop ignoring you. Okay. So there's a sense of like overwhelmed today, some disconnect in there, feelings of not wanting to be ignored or forgotten. What are our fears right now? Can I ask that? I want to ask you that and hold space for that. I know that it's scary to ask for you to talk about your fears because you have to relive them in a sense. I want you to know that like we're safe right now. I want you to take a look around the room and remember this is our room. This is our space. No one comes in here ever. Hardly ever. And what's great about our room is that we've created a safe space. So we have all of our favorite colors in here. We've got our bed with bed sheets that we picked out because they're a reflection of us. We have all our little pieces of art. What's safe about our room is the music that we have playing today. This is a very safe room because of the colors in it, because of the positive words, and the fact that we share this room together. Is there anyone who wants to come forward first to just let me know what it is that you feel right now, what you fear? I just want to hear from you guys a little bit. Other than not being loved, because I love you, I know I love you. People leave for different reasons that have nothing to do with us, but it doesn't mean that we are unlovable still. Hey guys, so I feel like shit, but we're gonna make a cookie butter matcha. I was thinking of doing like a hazelnut because I got hazelnut Chobani creamer in my last vlog. But I don't know, I had a hazelnut coffee, herbal coffee this morning. So I don't know, should I do cookie butter? Should I do hazelnut? Should I just do a regular matcha? Maybe I'll do cookie butter and hazelnut. What the fuck, why not? Best of both worlds. I'm gonna do my Naoki matcha. This is the fragrant Yame matcha. I don't feel good today. I have a really bad headache. I'm not sure if it's like the weather outside right now because the sun has been going in and out of the clouds, so I can only assume that that means that there's gonna be some kind of like dust storm. If not that, I had made a Cajun sausage Alfredo last night, and there was so much dairy in it, and sometimes dairy gives me like really debilitating like headaches like the following day. Yeah, and I've been drinking the Chobani creamer, which has dairy, and I know I'm not helping myself today because I had more creamer and I just had a cheese pickle, but what can I do? Like, dairy has my soul. We're locked in. no matter the consequence, you know? I feel like so much has happened the last like 2 months. Like I've gone so inwards, and I know in one of my last vlogs I shared my experience with parts therapy and like my journey in that. And so in this vlog I want to continue having the conversation. I know I had talked about my exiles, which are my 6-year-old self, my 15-year-old self, and my 20-year-old self. And your exiles hold a lot of pain from experiences. They tend to carry the trauma. They're the ones who hold feelings like shame, guilt, fear, abandonment, that kind of stuff. And they have their own coping skills. So like my 20-year-old self tends to really like isolate, freeze, disconnect completely. My 15-year-old self is also similar in like disconnection as the 20-year-old self, and so she tends to hide out in her bedroom. And my 6-year-old self just tends to blame herself a lot. They all have their own ways of like coping with things, but the one thing that they all do very well with coping is just like the whole like isolation and like guilt, blame. I've been on this journey with them for probably a year now. I think I discovered them January, February, March, maybe like April of last year. I started therapy in February, so. And I've just discovered the last like 2 months that I have 2 protector parts. One part I just call like my critical cloud because that's like what this part looks like in my head. I haven't been able to put a face to it. Yeah, I mean the color is like gray, blue. Yeah, and this part is definitely like a protector part. I don't fully know it yet, so I mean I'll share as I learn, but I can tell you right now that this part is very judgmental, very critical, very, in my opinion, verbally abusive, and we'll talk more about that. But as for my matcha, let's see, running out of agave. I'm gonna do 1 tablespoon of agave, maybe like half. Do a little bit of warm water to help things kind of melt down. All right, so I got my cookie butter concoction. It's just gonna go right in there. I am gonna do just a little bit of hazelnut Chobani creamer. I'm sorry, I'm obsessed. It reminds me of my childhood. And then we've got our matcha. Yummy. Oh my goodness, look at that. Okay. Now the hard part is like mixing all of this without any of it spilling out because it's completely full. This is so yummy. This is so good. Oh my god. Alright, so we're gonna do another voiceover while I talk about reparenting the inner child, or for myself, my 6-year-old part. So within my internal family system, I have 3 exiles, 3 parts of me that hold deep pain, abandonment wounds, shame, guilt, sadness. They carry those traumas. And doing parts therapy is in a way reparenting that inner child. My therapist likes to say that we are updating her and updating those parts to our reality now and to doing things differently than how they know. So I've done most of my work with my 6-year-old part and looking at her, looking even at your own inner child, that inner child who experienced painful memories, traumas, limiting beliefs, things that were passed on to them, generational traumas that were just given to them. A 6-year-old child doesn't know anything more than beyond the walls that they live in, the four walls of their home. A child looks to parents to guide them and set them up with the tools that they need to thrive in life. And if that child is not given that, what does the child do? The child copes in ways that work for them in that time, but they no longer work for us now. One of those ways would be dissociation. That could be hiding, it could be blaming themselves. This is like super vulnerable, but I do want to share this with you guys. I am the youngest child of 3 for my dad, and I am the middle, child, second to youngest child from my mother. And I kind of just feel like I was forgotten as a child, honestly. I was an accident. Although I will say the best accident they've ever fucking made for my parents. My parents divorced when I was 2. I have no memories of them ever being in the same room. As like a child, I have no memory of like parents together in like a stable home. All I really know is like a broken home. I have the faintest memories of spending every other weekend with my dad and feeling like I was second place to my step family. I remember my mom's cooking and feeling unsettled or unsafe and just not seen. Yeah, my parents. I don't have memory of being looked at or hugged. I don't have any memories of family dinner, family Sundays. For a child to have those feelings and only know so much of the world, they know a very, very small amount compared to what a 27-year-old person knows now, right? So how does a 6-year-old child make sense of that? How do they conceptualize that? Personally, I blamed myself. I thought it was my own doing. I thought that my parents couldn't see me or love me because there was something wrong with me. Because children don't have the knowing to say, this isn't mine to carry. This isn't my burden. You're the one who isn't giving me the love and validation. That's what I deserve, but you're not doing that. That's what a 27-year-old has the capacity and the bandwidth to understand, but a 6-year-old child does not understand something like that. So this is what IFS therapy and journaling has shown me. So those feelings belong to what that 6-year-old, that inner child experienced and felt. And now I logically know as a 27-year-old woman that I am lovable, that I am worthy of love, that I'm beautiful. I validate myself. My feelings are valid. My fears are valid. My pain is valid. I am seen. I did not know that because it was not taught or given to me. What was instead given to me was a generational belief that what I feel, what I want, what I desire does not matter. Those generational beliefs that are being passed on to me then cause me as a 6-year-old child to abandon myself, abandon my body, abandon all feelings I have, abandon any belief or hope that I could be lovable, that I could be seen. And it becomes a deeply rooted trauma or belief when it continues to be repeated. And that's the reason why I was sitting in the therapist's office at 26 years old. Reparenting my inner child, or my 6-year-old part, is also very much reparenting myself in a sense. I'm learning new things and I'm teaching them to myself. This kind of therapy requires getting in touch, in contact with my parts, with my inner child, and working with her to understand, one, how she feels and what she needs from me, and giving her that validation, that love, that unconditional love, seeing her with all of her pain, all of her fears, and letting her know that she doesn't have to abandon the way she feels and that I can carry it because I'm there for her now. I'm the parent. Honestly, IFS therapy has changed my relationship with myself and all of my parts that I didn't know were there. It makes sense now because I've always felt like there were multiple versions of me. And now I can see them and feel them and talk to them. And all of that is due to me starting therapy. So I want to encourage you guys to consider going to therapy, going back to therapy if you used to go. And there are options if finances is an issue. I know some people can't get it through insurance, or people don't have insurance. You can find practices that work on a sliding scale, so it's based off of your income. There are also some practices that will have their like interns or like those who are in training do it at a discounted rate. You could sign up for once a month. That's what I'm doing right now. When I was working full-time, I did it twice a month. So there are definitely options out there, and I encourage you to look into them.
And You Be Loved and similar songs on Amazon Music.